Hi and welcome. This video is going to sort of be a follow-up on two previous videos I had shot, actually three if you count the fact that I broke one video up into two different sessions, the most recent one. I reviewed some Dewalt replacement batteries, and I used, well, let me rephrase, I wanted to use this guy to test killing these batteries because it draws a lot of current and it kills the batteries pretty quickly. Killed this one pretty quickly, the Dewalt original, but all these other batteries shut down. And so I wasn't really able to test them to failure because they're such large capacities that if I was actually trying to drill or something like that, it would take a very long time to kill them. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to find another way to kill these batteries. And I felt so bad about just phoning in the evaluation that I spent like 3 months ad revenue on this programmable load tester. And basically this will provide a load for the batteries. I've got some adapters here that slip onto the Dewalt connector and give you voltage out. And we're gonna kill these batteries one by one, see how long it takes. For me, it's worth it because I need to do a better job of giving you a sense of how good these batteries are. And I know at least one viewer said they went out and bought the CEENR ones. And these are really cool batteries. I like the design, especially this one where you can replace the adapter here and use it with different tool systems. I hate the fact that the vendors lock you into one specific form factor for all their tools and it won't work with anyone else's. I think that's horrible. And I think it's against everything a society that wants to conserve resources would be about. You should be able to buy anyone's battery and work on anyone's gear, and they should all have a standard across the vendors. And I don't think anyone would disagree with that except the people making money off that. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this guy up and we're going to test one by one, and we're going to see how they compare. And I'm going to be able to load them up pretty significantly, but not as much as the blower does. Now, interestingly enough, these two guys would run the blower for a little while, so it wasn't surge current that was killing them. It was something else. It was, long-term heating, I guess, current over time, and they just exceeded. This is a VANON battery, and these are two CEENRs, CEENR, and this is VANON. And I've reviewed these in the past, but again, we're gonna put this load on there. Unfortunately, actually, this may have a timer in it now. Some of these cheaper ones don't have timers. I thought I was gonna have to buy a more expensive one like a Siglent or a Rigel, which is kind of funny calling those more expensive, but relative to these other inexpensive Chinese brands, they are less expensive, more expensive. But hopefully this will be able to time it. I'm gonna choose a value where I want this to end up, and we're going to try and kill this battery with sort of a pulse situation. I think this has a battery drain setting, and we'll take these down to something like 20%. And we'll call that a good value because you really don't want to ever kill a lithium cell all the way. You significantly reduce its life expectancy if you do that. So we will not be doing that. If anyone wants to know where you can get one of these adapters, I'll have a link to the Amazon source for this. You can mount it to the wall or mount it to some other box to power some other device. Comes with an inline fuse. Comes with several fuses, 10 amps and 30 amps. It originally came with this connector because it was designed for something specific, but I'm not using it for that, so I just cut the connector off and we will plug these guys in here. Sorry, I misread. The other one, it's 30 or 40 amp. All right, so we got this all set up here. We're gonna do 3.5 amps, cutoff voltage 15 volts, which is about 80% capacity for this battery, for the lithium. So when lithium drop about a volt per cell, that's roughly 80% capacity gone, leaving 20% remaining. So we're gonna shoot for that. And I've never used this before, but it actually has a timer. I'm really excited about this. So this test will automatically stop when it hits 15 volts. So it's going to do 3.5 amps. You could do this in 3 stages to take it even further. I've dropped it to just 1 stage. So you could do 3.5 amps to 15 volts, and then 2 amps to 12 volts, and 1 amp to 10 volts or something like that. But I'm not going to do that. I don't want to damage my batteries. They're too expensive, as everyone knows, to just waste like that. So hopefully this will just go when I say on. And there we go, 3.5 amps. And the voltage drops. And the test will stop once it hits 15 volts. We're on the big 8 amp hour battery now, and it's finally discharged all the way. Once they hit 15 volts and the load comes off, they bounce back up again. So, I don't know how hard this is to read, but 6.59 amp hours to 80%, 120.16 watt hours, and 1 hour 53 minutes for 8 amp hour. Actually, it nearly doubled the Dewalt 5 amp hour, which is interesting. So that's pretty impressive. Cutoff voltage still 15 volts. So one thing to know is that if a battery's 8 amp hours, that could mean that you could have 8 amps for 1 hour or 1 amp for 8 hours. But in reality, batteries don't discharge like that. If you draw more current, then you don't get the full amp hour rating out of the battery. If you draw less current, sometimes you can get, you know, I think they always go for the most optimistic number, but there is some sort of spec for that. We're going to test the last battery here, and then we can compare results. Started the next battery. This is only a 4 amp hour. What I will do is I'll normalize all these results. All right, so after the first round of tests, all these batteries were discharged to 20% remaining capacity. And let's take a look at the results. All right, so let's take a closer look at the results. All these batteries ran overnight. Looking at the top first, we see our reference battery, the Dewalt 5 amp hour. That's the claimed capacity. The next column is time to 20% capacity remaining, or 15 volts. It's approximately 20%. For the Dewalt, it's 1 hour, 7 minutes. Power delivered based on the programmable loads analysis was 69.6 watt hours. So then the two CEENR batteries, one is 8 amp hour, took 1 hour 53 minutes to get to the same state, delivered supposedly 120.2 watt hours. The other CEENR battery, the one with the removable battery pack, the one that's actually under load right now, that one was 4 amp hour claimed, 57 minutes to 20%, 59.8 watt hours delivered. The VANON was the other battery I reviewed a while back, was 5.5 amp hours, 1 hour, 1 minute to 20%, 64.8 watt hours. Now, it's hard to compare apple to apples because not one of these batteries has the same amp hour rated capacity. So what I did was, in this lower chart here, is I divided power delivered, which is the watt hours based on the programmable loads analysis, and I divided it by the amp hour rating of the battery, the claimed amp hour rating. What you end up with is a really fascinating result. Dewalt 13.92 watt hour delivered per amp hour of rating to get to 20%. The CEENR, the 8 amp hour battery, was 15.02 watt hour delivered per amp hour capacity. The other CEENR battery was 14.95, essentially the same thing, and the VANON was 11.78. So both CEENR batteries were technically better than the Dewalt. So one thing I need to show you is that if you have a table and this is the current load here, so say we've got, where we have 3.5 amps here, say this is 2 amps, this is 1 amp. So the amount of time for the battery to discharge at 3.5 amps is going to be shorter than 2 amps, which will run longer. And same with the 1 amp. So the ratings of these batteries, they don't, if they say they're 5 amp hours, that could be 5 amps for 1 hour or 1 amp for 5 hours. It really doesn't work out like that. The higher currents derate that value. So that's something to be aware of. So interestingly enough, the CEENR batteries actually come out better rated than the Dewalt by a little bit. The Dewalt's about 14 and the CEENR batteries are about 15 watt hours per amp hour of rating. One of the CEENR batteries is lower capacity, one is higher. So that's very interesting. Next up, I'm going to test this overcurrent hypothesis. So first I've got the Dewalt battery connected right here. And I've got this set to constant current mode, 20 amps. So the Dewalt shouldn't shut off immediately. with 20 amps of current draw. And you can see it's not, because up here is the measured voltage, this is the measured current, and this is the measured wattage currently being displaced into the load. So this thing's handling 20 amps, no problem. We're gonna run this guy for a little bit of time. This is a huge draw on the battery. This is hard on the battery, and I'm damaging my battery by doing this. But I wanted to see, you know, what the difference was between the batteries. You can see as the batteries deplete, the voltage drops. All right, that was a minute. Next up, battery does not feel particularly warm. We didn't go all that long. A lot of plastic for heat to conduct through. Next up, we're gonna do the CEENR replaceable adapter battery. This one wouldn't even start the blower. So let's see what it does with 20 amps. It drives 20 amps, all right. That's really interesting. I don't know what that's saying about that blower, that it draws even more current than this. This load tester, we're pretty close to max power draw, power displacement. At 400 watts, this thing will shut down, and you'll have to power cycle it to get it to come back. We are really working these batteries hard by doing this. I don't think they're designed to put out 20 amps for any period of time. At least that's not, I'm sure they're not thinking that. And there we are. It handled it. Next up is the CEENR 8 amp hour battery. I'm assuming this guy's not going to have any problem either. You know, notice the larger capacity battery, the voltage is held up higher or longer. All right, flying colors. A full minute at 20 amps. The last one is the VANON 5.5 amp hour battery. Huh. My leads are getting warm here. And these are 10 gauge wire and short lengths at that. And there we go. My final conclusion at this point is that the CEENR batteries, the both of them, actually outperformed the Dewalt by a little bit, by about 1 watt hour per every amp hour of rating. So they actually had more capacity per cell essentially than the Dewalt. This is not an old Dewalt battery. This is a fairly new one. The CEENRs are brand new. So the loss in capacity could be there since this has been used, I don't know, maybe recharged 10 times. Not very many. The VANON battery, not quite as good as the Dewalt, but all of them are about the same category, and all of them seem to be able to drive 20 amps. This doesn't have any more capacity than 20 amps. So all I can think of is that blower either draws more than 20 amps in surges, or something else is going on. Maybe it's putting a lot of back EMF down the lines into the battery, and it's causing the circuitry in these guys to go nutty because, you know, it's a motor, and so there's going to be inductive spikes all over the place. And maybe that's why this guy shuts off immediately and this guy shuts off after a couple minutes. Either that or it draws more than 20 amps, but that seems a little bit surprising. I mean, this one ran that blower for what was it, around 15 minutes? And based on 5 amp hours, that kind of says that it's in excess of 20 amps. So maybe that's it. I just can't test any more than that with this because this is 400 watts max. So very interesting. And I think these batteries are even better than I originally estimated. So that's my take on them. Thanks for watching. Hope you find it useful. Hope to see you next time.